I really do feel like I am the complete package. And I don't say that in a cocky way. I just know that from all the different steps in my life. I mean, I was a pastor's kid that grew up very shy in a very sheltered home, and I had to come out of my shell when I got to college, right? I mean, it was my first day in college when I saw somebody smoking weed for the first time, right? So I had to really adapt. And then you ultimately move from there to into professional baseball, right? You're living with 7 people in the same house all at once, you know? And so there's a lot of different aspects in my life that I've had to really change myself to understand what's going on in my environment. And ultimately, that is going to be the number one reason why I'm going to win Big Brother, right? I feel like this is always an ever-changing game. And when I see people there in day 45 sleeping, taking a nap, not really paying attention to their surroundings, it drives me insane. As somebody who is a competitor, who's somebody who really appreciates the show, I just know that I'm always going to be on my feet. Whether it is like, you know, working out, I'm going to make sure that I'm always there with somebody, right? Or if it is somebody that is not even, you know, closely related to me, that has different, you know, likes and dislikes, I'm going to be that person that is going to be there for them. I have an interest of getting to know everybody. I'm really interested in getting to know all their deepest, darkest secrets. And I know ultimately that is what it's going to take to win Big Brother. So that is why I'm going to win Big Brother.
Hey BB besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Reality Allie and I talk all things reality TV, but specifically Big Brother. And today we're talking about the season 27 house guests. And specifically, we're going to be talking about Zach Cornell today. But a little shopkeeping is that I've been filming this for 2 hours now and I'm tired and I'm losing my voice. I also spent 2.5 hours watching their interviews. I read the Mike Bloom article. I watched the RHAP live yesterday. I'm exhausted, but I just wanted to preface that in case you hear my voice cracking, because I feel like my voice is very scratchy. I'm losing my voice. And I also am just tired. I'm tired, okay? If you enjoy this series, I really encourage you to like or put a comment about what you do or do not agree with, because any little bit helps me with the algorithm over here. I'm new to YouTube, but I've established myself over on TikTok first. Sadly, TikTok might be going away. Well, it is going away in March, and we're not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if my followers are going to transfer. I don't know. So I figured YouTube's safer, and I know I don't have to worry about losing followers over here, or subscribers. Without further ado, let's get started talking about Zach Cornell. He is 27. Oh, another thing. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at notes. So I didn't want you to be like, why is she looking down this whole video? All right, so Zach is 27. His hometown is Cartersville, Georgia, and his occupation is a marketing manager. So this guy seems thrilled. He seems fired up. He seems excited to be in the Big Brother house. It's his dream come true, blah, typical. He plans. Now, when he starts getting into his strategy, this is where I'm like, maybe he knows a little something about Big Brother. So he talks about wanting to lay low on week 1. He wants to be really calm. He wants to be really trustworthy. He wants to just gain that trust from all of his house guests during the first week and just set a really good tone for himself. And he says that he knows that there's going to be stressed house guests and he just wants to be able to be there calm in the storm. He says that by week 2, 3, he says that weeks 2, 3, and 4, he wants to start building alliances. That's where I do see a little bit of a flaw with him. While I do think a great plan to stay low week 1, I do think he needs to be in some alliance conversations week 1. We're starting to see those big early alliances. While they haven't been lasting the last couple of seasons, they are really important. For BB27, for example, they started that huge big alliance that had Riley and Jag and etc. And that still carried through, and Matt and Jag stayed together. So even though the alliance may blow up and not last, it's still important to build those connections through the alliance. So he needs to be open to forming an alliance on week 1 as well as weeks 2, 3, and 4. He wants to have one of those prize final 2s that no one knew about. And he intends on being a high-risk, high-reward player who balances social finesse with strategic alliances. And that sounds good on paper, so we'll see. So when asked why he is going to win. He said that he believes he's the complete package due to his diverse life experiences as being a shy pastor's kid, a college transformation, and I wrote college transformation. I don't really remember what that means. And professional baseball player. He thinks that that gives him the complete package. He says that he's very competitive. He always stays very alert. And he's committed to learning what other people's secrets are. When asked about his greatest strengths, he talks about how he can be the center of attention if he needs to, but he can also lay back. He talks more about his confidence in his athleticism, and he says that he's just really a natural social connector, and he's just a natural at making good conversation with people. When asked about his weaknesses, he says that he's aware that being too far out there can just backfire. So he plans to be strategic with how bold he is. So I guess that means that he thinks he's crazy. I don't know. This guy is a no secrets guy. He says that he is going to openly share that he is a past professional baseball player with the Washington Nationals organization. He also sees that as being more of a strength than being a hindrance on his game. So now they asked him, like, what do you bring that no one has brought before? And he says that he brings a unique combination of being a physical competitor, a social player, and a strategic mastermind to the game. And he says that it's kind of like Mackenzie, Kelsey, and Tucker combined from last season. That's a combo. He says, and he also talks about being able to push forward when he needs to and pull back when he needs to. So why is Big Brother so successful? He says that, now when asked about his openness to a showmance, he said that he is open to one, but he's very mindful about his religious mother's expectation. So he's not going to do anything crazy on the live feeds. Now, when asked what he thinks the easiest and the hardest parts of the game are going to be, he says that the easiest is going to be getting along with everyone initially, and the hardest is going to be maintaining good relations over a full 90 days amid inevitable annoyances. So he already anticipates being annoyed by people. Now, here are my final thoughts on this guy. He seems to also love Zach from BB27. He said that he loved that moment when Zach roasted Devin and Pau. And he also talks about being inspired by Tucker's game. And he loved how Tucker was flipping all the time, and he wants to do the same. So if all of that is true, and if that's who he wants to be, and if he can execute that, I think that he'll be somebody that I might potentially root for. So I'll be excited to see that. But all right, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. If you have any thoughts on him, please leave them in the comments and I can answer them, as well as have a little discourse back and forth with you. As always, make sure to subscribe and like and do all the things to help me out as you can, because I really appreciate it. And I have spent a lot of time filming these, so all right, that's all I've got for now. The next person I'm doing is Jimmy Haggerty, who is the last guy in the cast that I'm going to be talking about. And then we'll be moving on to the women. All right, see you later, besties. Bye.